Dave Palumbo here with Muscle Serpents University and Palumbo's Pythons and Boas. And guys, I haven't done a video in a while because I was in the process of moving. I moved from New York all the way down to sunny Southwest Florida, that is, Cape Coral. And I'm in my makeshift snake room. This is the interim snake room. I'm building a little facility on my property. It's going to take a while, probably another 2 months or so, to get it all organized. So I'm kind of like, I have my snakes in my 3-car garage here. I'm going to give you guys a little update. You know, first of all, I had to drive them down. I don't know if anyone knows my story, but I drove them 1,300 miles, the snakes, in the back of the truck, 26-foot truck. And the truck, when I got here and I opened up the back, some of the snakes had gotten out, and it was like, you know, snakes on a plane. It was snakes on a truck. We got everyone back except one was missing, and we think the olive python ate it. So there's no proof there, but it's a possibility. It could have been a lot worse. So everything survived. Everything's very healthy. And breeding season has started, and the great thing about South Florida is you just open the garage door, and I'm standing in the entrance to my garage door, and I just let the temperature in. The temperatures have dropped down a little at night, and then at the daytime they come back up again. So it's perfect breeding temperatures. We got all the ball pythons, you know, in with the ball pythons. We got the carpet pythons, a couple of them in with the carpet pythons, and we got the boas in with the boas. So keep our fingers crossed. We'll see what's going to happen. Maybe we'll take a peek in. I wanted to give you guys just a little sneak peek of what I had going on this past season, 2016. This is the last day of 2016. I want to show you my hatchlings that we have. There's still some available. A lot of them have been sold, but we still have some stuff. So let's come into the snake room and take a look and see what we got. Let's start off with the hatchling rack. I had a pretty good year. I don't produce a lot of snakes. I'm kind of consider myself a little boutique breeder, hobby breeder. I just started kind of the last several years, and so I'm trying to just gradually ramp up production. I don't want to just produce things for the sake of producing them. One of the projects that I really loved was I bred my first boa litter this past year. I bred a albino lipstick line call, a leopard boa, so leopard albino visual I had gotten from Tom Burke, and I bred her to a hypo double head albino and leopard. And we got some cool babies. And one of my holdbacks, let me see if I got her here. Yeah, here, excuse me. I'm gonna hold him back because I think he's gonna be a better dad. And I'm gonna bring him out here in the light a little bit. And that is, there's some poopies there, you know, clean. That's a Sunglow het leopard. It's lipstick line. The way you can tell the Sunglow is if you look at the tail, you see the white outline. That's how you know the hypo gene is in there. Remember, a Sunglow is a hypo albino. He's got some great color. This guy is really, really cool. I think he's going to make some great babies. If I breed him back to his mom, the albino leopard will have a much better chance of getting visual leopards in the future. So that's going to be an exciting project. I also produced, as far as the ball pythons go, we had snows. I think I showed those in the mini. I think I have one left. It's sold, so there's no more snows available, so don't ask me about snows. But this is the last one. This is a male. I have a girl picking him up in about a week. She's been making payments to me. She lives out here in Florida, and I don't know if you can get a good light here. I love the snow. This is the TSK line, the Snake Keeper line of snow. That's an albino combined with axanthic gene, and you can see the nice red eyes from the albino. The axanthic gene is supposed to remove the yellow, but it doesn't remove it all, obviously. When they're babies, they're really pink, but if you notice, the head stays nice and white and pink. And it's a great snake. They eat great. They breed great. I was gonna give the mother a year off, but I think I'm gonna do another year now with her. I'm gonna breed her this year again because the snows were very popular, and we had 8 of them, and they all sold really pretty quickly. So, and I don't sell my animals right like the day after they hatch. I like to wait a little bit because, you know, I want them to grow. I want to see how they're eating. I want to see how they develop, and I feel better selling them that way. We also had I bred a visual, caramel glow, which is a caramel albino combined with the hypomelanistic gene, so it's a double recessive. And I showed you this in a previous video. I bred it to a double het caramel glow. So the odds weren't very good, but we got 3 visual caramel glows, and they're terrific. Terrific. Oh, let me pull this guy out. This is my male. Let me see, there's little poopies in here. Let's put this down for a second. Let's bring him into the light, because you got to get into the light to appreciate this. Remember, this is the caramel albino and hypomelanistic gene, and that's just, that color is just great. I love it. Look at those deep purples. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but you see those deep, deep purples with the yellow. And the great thing about caramel glows, guys, is they get better with age. They get brighter and brighter, and they don't lose their coloration like the bananas do, and a lot of the simple codominant traits do. And I actually got 2 males and I got a female, so I can sell pairs. If anyone's interested, they could always ask. I can put together a pair for them. Let's put him back. For people who might not want to be able to spend that much money or don't have as much money to get the visuals, we also have some hypo het caramels and caramel het hypos. One of the really cool ones, let me see if I can find it. This hypo het caramel here, one of the siblings. Let's go into the light over here. You look at this guy, you can see all this like granity stuff on here. Now, none of the other babies came out like that. I don't know what this is, if it's just an anomaly or what, or if it's genetic. I'm thinking about keeping her and breeding her, but there's definitely something going on here. So this is a really cool looking hypo het caramel. It's very unusual looking. None of the other ones look like this at all, and I'm deciding what to do with it, but this is available for sale right now. And then we also have, let's see if I can find it, the caramel het hypo. So now here's the opposite. This is the caramel gene with its het for hypo. So these, once again, this will make it much easier to get a visual. Really nice coloring here. It's caramel albino. Carries the hypo gene. And then if you don't want to spend, if you want to go the route that's a little more economical, you can go with the double hets. So the double hets are eating better than everyone. They always do. And if you notice, even the double hets, while they're normals, they don't really look so normally. They definitely got something going on. They got a lot of white in here, and they got better coloration. But these are double het caramel glows. We could put a pair together probably for you guys if you want, and you can make your own. And they're growing really well, and they eat amazing, which is always a problem for ball pythons. We also had another clutch that we sold a lot of the babies out of. It was a coral glow spider het hypo, and we bred that to the female was a hypo, and we got this gorgeous creature. A lot of people are like, what is that? Does that have cinnamon, or does that have black pastel in it? No, this is just a banana or coral glow. This is actually the same thing. Coral glow hypo. So it's got the recessive hypomelanistic gene in it, and it's got the coral glow. It almost looks like it could be a pastel, but look at it. It's like someone took an eraser and just erased the color out of it, and it's really cool. Very cool looking. This is a male. He's available. He had some brothers that were coral glow spider hypos, but they've been sold. But he's available. If you guys are looking for a really cool snake that has that hypo gene and the coral glow gene in it. I also have a spider that I could pair up with him, a female, who's going into shed here. And that's a spider, and she's 100% het hypo. So if you wanted to breed this female, for instance, spider het hypo, and with the coral glow hypo, you could produce your own spider coral glow hypos, which are really, really cool snakes. I wish I had one to show you right now, but I don't. All right, let's move on. Not to bore everyone, although I know you guys like to watch these long videos, because I like to watch them too. So what else we got? Let's look at the turtle tank here. There's a lot of people always asking me about my turtles. I got 2 new ones recently. These are my albino Redeared Sliders in my 55-gallon tank with the turtle topper. These guys are about 3 years. I think they're 3 years old, man, right? Yeah, 3 years old. I have 2 3-year-old ones. Really, look at the red ear on them. That's what they call that. But it's really bright today for some reason. I think they're happy here in Florida. And if you see right next to them, there's the little ones. I got the little baby ones I just picked up from an auction, actually, believe it or not. And they're Redeared Sliders, Albino Redeared Sliders, but they also have the Hypo, or head for the translucent gene, which I'm not sure how that's going to kind of pan out, but they do look a little different, even in het form. So this is like, I had a lot of fish tanks when I was in New York, and I had to get rid of them all, so this is my last vestige of a fish tank. So the turtles are reptiles, so all the reptiles stayed. Let's see what else we got. I want to talk to you about some of the breeding projects I have. Now, I'm breeding a killer clown female I have that I've grown up. And she had a clutch last year, and I was very upset with what happened. It dried out in the incubator, and I didn't realize it. And since then, I've switched. I'm going to show you what I switched to doing in the incubator after this. But I was using Hatchling, and it always worked well. And it was the last clutch, and I couldn't wait to open it, and they weren't hatching, so I cut the eggs, and I realized they were completely dried out inside. And that's never happened. And someone had told me that sometimes it happens with the last clutch because there's not as much humidity in the incubator. But I switched, and I'm going to show you what I did after. But anyway, I got this killer clown female, and I'm pairing her up. You can tell she's in there right now. She's paired up with a snake I got from Justin Kabilka. And this is I wonder if you guys can guess, leopard, pastel, spot nose, het clown. So a lot of great genes in here with the het clown. If we hit the clown, we can get some possible, leopard, pastel, spot nose clowns, which are amazing, as you've all seen from Justin and all the stuff he's produced. So this is one of my cool clutches this year that I'm really looking forward to. I got a lot of other good ones too that I'm not going to necessarily go through all of them now because it'll take too long. But come over to the incubator. I want to show you guys what I'm doing over at this incubator here. Let me move my bicycle out of the way here, my Trek bike. And we come to the incubator. You can look in there. We should open it up. Can you see through it? Yeah, I think you can see through. If you see how I've now set up my incubator, I use sponges on the bottom and I fill them with water. So they're saturated sponges. Then on top of that, there's like some egg crate. It's actually the top of a fluorescent light fixture that we basically cut down to size. And I saw someone do this online. I watched a couple videos. And I lay the eggs are sitting right on top of the egg crate, so they're not touching the wet sponge, but the wet sponges are so saturated with water that they keep the humidity perfect in the egg box. I also, if you notice, I have a separate temperature probe in there to make sure that at all times I'm around 88 to 89 degrees, and that seems to be working great. These are supposed to hatch in about 2 weeks, and assuming all goes well, we'll have some baby snakes. Now, why do I have eggs in the incubator on December 31st? Well, I bought a snake from Garrick DeMeyer, who was selling some of his older breeding females. I bought a champagne female from him because I really wanted to add champagne to my collection, and she wouldn't eat for me. It was driving me crazy because I wanted to get her up to breeding size for this year. And then just about 4 or 5 weeks ago, I went in to clean her tub, and she was sitting on 5 beautiful eggs. And she was pregnant. I don't even know if Garrick knows who the father is. We're going to have to try to figure it out afterwards once they hatch. But I guess it was a Christmas surprise that you don't really expect, because I usually try to breed everything seasonally. But people say all the time that there's no such thing as seasonal breeding with ball pythons. They kind of breed whatever they want, and that's just the way it goes. But I always pair mine up just in the winter months. Once again, the weather is perfect here in Florida right now. It gets nice and cool at night, and it's warm during the day. So once again, open the garage door. I haven't even run a heater since I've been down here. I haven't run a heater, and I haven't needed air conditioning, nothing. So the ambient temperature has been perfect. The goal is, maybe my camera woman can pan across the street there. That's the goal. That's the snake facility that's being built, and I hope we can have that up and running in the next 2 months or so. I've been purchasing cages in anticipation, and I got some cool projects in the works I'm not going to even tell you guys about. But if you stay tuned to this channel and subscribe below, because I know you guys like the stuff and you don't want to miss it when it comes out, subscribe, click the button. If you like the videos, hit like, because we got a lot more Muscle Serpent University educational stuff coming out. I got a lot of cool stuff that I'm planning with the snake room. I'm going to show you how I'm building it out as it's happening. And like I said, if anyone wants any of the babies I just showed you, or would like a full list of what I have available, you can hit me up on Palumbo's Pythons and Boa Facebook page, or you can email me directly at huge285@aol.com. I'm Dave Palumbo for Muscle Serpents University.